Hi there folks, welcome to RRTV's coverage of the Australasian Superskips, coming to you live tonight from Silverstone Circuit International. My name's Bernie Weemers and I'm joined in the combox by Kevin Henderson. Welcome, Kevin.
Yeah, welcome Bernie, welcome race fans. We're looking for the race here tonight. It's looking at a provisional pole and Mikko Nassi's jumped to the front. Only a tenth or so in front of Mick Watson. So yeah, it looks like being a good night, Bernie.
Certainly is, and they're just out there qualifying at the moment, folks. And before we get into where everyone is, let's have a look at our track guide tonight. We're on the international circuit of Silverstone, so the shorter circuit. The sky out there is clear, wind speed 15 kilometres an hour with a track temp of 35 degrees Celsius. The air temp is 20 degrees, so it's not too hot out there today.
No, it seems quite mild, which will be good for the drivers out there. Not too slippery, plenty of grip.
Yeah, certainly is, and at the moment, as you said, Kevin, Mikko Nassi is on provisional pole with a 1:33.046. Mick Watson currently sitting in second, only 7 thousandths of a second behind. Then we have Christian Kabanka, I think that's how we pronounce it, in third position at the moment. Luke Whitten with a bit of work to do and to get up the front in fourth, and our top five is Russell Clark with 0.3 of a second down.
Yeah, it's good to see Russell up there. Alex is also having a good run at the moment too. He's just behind Russell there, so we'll see.
Yeah, so Mick Watson now has jumped up to provisional pole. We can expect this to jump around a little bit, and we'll see how it settles out. But also, folks, we're going to be crossing live during the race to Alex McKellars and have a chat with him. And he's a bit of an Iceman, so he doesn't mind driving and talking at the same time. He'll also be doing a delayed stream of all the action from his perspective, and that'll go up onto the Top Split YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's outstanding the way that Alex manages to do that. I couldn't do it for the life of me. I've got no more brain left after steering.
Yeah. Well, he comes across so relaxed when he does it, doesn't he? And I always say to him, I don't know how he can drive and commentate and relax at the same time.
Yeah, I've made the same comment to him, Bernie. It just astounds me that he can do that. I mean, I just, like that walking and chewing gum at the same time, let alone doing that. It just amazes me that he can do that.
Yeah, exactly. And just bringing up our overlays at the moment. So yeah, tonight's going to be an interesting race, Kevin. It's round 2 of the Australasian Superskips, which is a fantastic league, and I think it's going to be 27 laps around here tonight.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 27 laps, Bernie. Compulsory pit stop. Boys do have to stop for fuel at some stage during the race, and things we're at Silverstone, I might throw in a few Murrays if I can.
Yeah. Fantastic. You're just dropping off a little bit there, so you might just want to bring the microphone a bit closer, but that's better. And so let's have a look at the driver point score as it stands at the moment after one round, folks. So Ben Furhoff, he's leading at the moment on 30 points, followed by Luke Whitten on 28. Christian is sitting in third on 24 points. Russell Clark in fourth on 22, and rounding out your top five is Alex John, and he's sitting on 20 points. So as we'd expect, Kevin, it's all closed right up the front. We can see you down there in 11th, so but since you're up here tonight, you probably won't be getting any points.
No, Bernie, I might ever get some points for commentating. Just looking at the qualifying time there, Luke's just put in a screamer. They were 32.6 dead. Just put him like 0.3 in front of anybody else.
Yeah, so he's looking really strong out there, which we'd expect. He's probably arguably one of the best drivers in Australia, if not the best, for the Skip Barber. You can see Mikko Nassi now. He's coming around to complete his lap, and we'll see how he goes. Now, folks, they've got 20 minutes qualifying here tonight, and at the moment they've got 10 minutes left, so we can expect these times to start tumbling as this session goes on.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Bernie. As the tyres warm up and the boys get into the groove a bit, they should be knocking a bit off these times, although I don't know how much more there is to go. They're pretty quick times.
They certainly are, and we can see Miko now coming across the line. He did a 1:33.597, so he has not managed to improve. He's actually 0.4 of a second slower than his fastest time of a 1:33.046. Alex McKellars now, he's jumped up to 5th position, so he's looking pretty strong here in the top split entry.
Yeah, Alex is putting on a good show for us tonight. He's done real well up there. 5th, still a little bit of time to go, but still that's quite a respectable time.
Yeah, it certainly is, and folks, you'd be used to hearing Alex up here with me in the combox on Monday nights, and he's pretty keen to drive tonight and do the Australian Superskips. That's why we've got Kevin in, and I think you guys are pretty much swapping, aren't you? Because tomorrow night I think you run, and Alex is back in the combox calling the Monday night lights.
Yeah, that's how it is, Bernie. I put my hand up to jump into this commentary, help the community out a bit, and Alex is once again with you on the Monday night lights, so it's a good arrangement, works for everybody.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and folks, the way the point scores work, we have driver point scores, which I showed you tonight, but there's also teams point scores, and I'll update you on how each team's going. But at the moment we can see Russell Clark out there. He's driving for, you guessed it, Team Milo Racing.
It's an outstanding livery they have there, Bernie. However, I think Miko car is the most eye-catching out there at the moment. That's quite a paint scheme he's got on there.
Certainly is. It reminds me of the World War I German camouflage that they used to paint. That's the sort of thing they used to do in those days.
Yeah, I thought it reminds me of a court jester from the medieval times, but maybe that's just me.
And Chris,
needs a couple of bells on his helmet.
Yeah, well, there's a few out there with the smiley face helmet going around, I saw. It's Christian Kabanka. I haven't heard that name before. Is he? Does he do much skippy racing?
Yeah, Christian's pretty new to the series, but he's very, very fast. He races quite a bit. I know it's late in the day for him to be racing. I think he's in America.
Okay.
But he's a very passionate racer and very quick too, as we can see by his times that he's posting there. So it's good to have that sort of level of driver in the Australasian Superskips. Very good indeed.
Yeah, it's fantastic because we normally see a lot of Europeans jumping in on the Monday night, strength of field, and it's good to see we've got a few from overseas, mainly Mikko Nasi. He's probably European, I think, with the name like that. Christian over from the US. And have we got any others out there that are from abroad?
I'm not sure. Actually, I think Mikko is based in Asia. From memory, I'm not sure, but I think that's where he's from. And apart from that, they mostly seem to be. Yeah, no, Mikko's from Finland, sorry, and Mick Watson's, of course, from UK and Ireland, along with Anthony Dickens.
Yeah, so we've got a few internationals out there again tonight, which is great. And I'll tell you what, Kevin, the Skippy community in Australia is just going from strength to strength, and we're starting to get quite a few of the overseas guys coming down to join us for our racing, which is always makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's good. It's good that our boys get a chance to race against the best in the world and show the world what we've got. Yeah, and we hold our heads up pretty high in the skippy racing. We do all right.
Yeah, definitely, and we can see Mick Watson there. He's got the smiley face helmet on, folks, and I guess that's the closest to the court jester hat we can get to around here.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those helmets about. I'm not quite sure what to make of them, to be honest.
Yeah, they're proving to be pretty popular, aren't they?
Yeah, I can see why people put them on. Oh, and speaking of that, Mick's just jumped into the pole. So,
yeah, well, he's got a lot to smile about then, hasn't he?
Certainly has. He certainly has. But, yeah, so that's
For the viewers new to iRacing, we might have a few here that are watching and wondering what all this is about. Basically, iRacing is a motorsport simulator, and it allows anyone in the world to join a race and race anyone else in the world. Now, it's a simulation, so these tracks are all laser scanned within a couple of millimetres of the real track, and all these cars are actually they've got the real cars. They've got all the blueprints, and they modelled them to be as realistic as possible. So a lot of these guys running, they're not sitting there with joysticks. They've actually got full-on racing rigs with steering wheels and pedals and whatever else, and some are using them VR, and it's a great service because it allows everyone to come together, including us who's commentating, and have a great race. So it's pretty amazing, really, isn't it, Kevin?
Oh yeah, it's an outstanding service, Bernie. The realism, the racing is the thing that separates iRacing from anything else. Just the competition with the other guys, the driving. You know, everyone's trying to show a bit of respect and do a good, clean, tidy job, and racing. Apart from the great cars and the millimetre perfect tracks, it's the standard of racing on here that really the dedicated sim racer excited.
It certainly does, and once I found it, I didn't look back, and I've been a member now for over 5 years. Don't get much racing in these days, but it's still a great service and still enjoy it very much. But so if there's anyone watching out there that are interested, definitely look up iRacing.com, join up. You can go and get one of these skippies, which I think is one of the free cars, and go racing. And I'm assured if you like your racing and you've done a bit of racing, you'll be very much at home here at iRacing.com.
That's for sure, Bernie. It's as you say, it's a fantastic service and very enjoyable. It becomes an obsession, unfortunately. For a lot of people. I know when I got on the service for the first time, I spent so much time in my rig, I lost something like 5 kilos in 8 weeks. But
it's a great weight loss thing, that's for sure, because you can work up a sweat in a lot of these cars, especially the V8 supercars around Bathurst.
That's right, Bernie. You're concentrating so hard. You sweat away like nothing, but all good fun. Over time, you tend to slow down a little bit, but a lot of people, like myself, when they started, were just in here 24/7, and it's great fun.
Oh, it certainly is. Now, your top 5 as they stand at the moment, folks. Mikko Nasi just snatched pole with a 1:32.540 over Mick Watson, who's 0.004 of a second behind. And then we have Luke Whitten, 6,000 seconds behind. Very close here in the top 3. Then Christian Kabanga, 0.4 down. Keep an eye on him tonight. And Michelle, I think that's how we pronounce it, 0.6 down in 5th. And then he's just pushed Alex McKellars down to 6th. So 1:31 to go. They're not going to get too many more laps in around here. Probably only 1, maybe 2 if they're lucky.
Yeah, no, that's pretty well how it's going to start there, Bernie. It's good to see Alex still up there. And he's 6th. Very impressive for Alex. He seems to have found a bit of pace lately. I think maybe the talking helps him.
Yeah, well, he said he's not actually going to start his commentary till after qualifying because he wants to make sure he goes well. But I tell you what, folks, if you want some entertainment, you definitely have to look at his racing streams, because he's normally in the thick of a battle, and he just talks as if he's sitting in his lounge room having a cup of coffee, pretty much.
It's outstanding to watch and listen to. First time I saw him do it, I couldn't quite believe it.
Yeah, certainly. I sort of, looked at it and thought, is he actually commentating after he's done the driving? But he's assured me that's not what he does. He does it live. He just doesn't broadcast it live. But also I'd like to give a shout out to a young bloke I know, and that's Andrew Fitzpatrick. If you're watching this, Andrew, I hope you're enjoying our coverage tonight. I know this is probably the first time you've seen it, and hopefully you'll find it quite entertaining. So yeah, it's quite funny, Kevin. I lead a double life. Not many people know I do this, apart from the people in the iRacing circles.
I think a lot of iRacers lead double lives there, Bernie. It's a very misunderstood pastime.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? We can see now. Can see Mick Watson. He's coming across now. The checkered flag's out. This should be his last run, and we'll see if he can improve. He's definitely pushing as hard as he can. He doesn't have to improve a lot to snatch pole, but we'll just see if he does.
It's only 200s in it.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. He
doesn't get there.
He doesn't get there. Can Luke Whitten do it? Where's Luke? He's now coming around the corner the final time. He's had a bit of a tow here by Alex, by the looks of it. Alex has pulled out of it, and so has Luke, so they're pretty happy with where they're going to start tonight.
Yeah, Bernie, it's, the top three are very close together, aren't they? It's, not even hundredths of a second between them. That's outstanding.
Yeah,
not even a tenth of a second between them. It's outstanding. It then drops back a little bit, but then like from 3 through to about 8 is covered by less than 7/10 of a second, 7/800ths of a second. So that's quite outstanding.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Team Milo, they're going to start out as 7th and 8th tonight, side by side. So let's hope they don't reenact any close F1 combat, as we've seen Red Bull do previous seasons.
Yeah, it's Bernie. It's however, it will look good for the cameras with the two Milo cars running together. It's a little added bonus for these races having the teams in there. Not everyone's in a team, but hopefully as the series goes on we'll get that better organised. Yeah,
so while we're waiting for them all to grid up, folks, let's have a look at our grid, and we'll take it from there. So Mikko Nasi, he's going to start out a pole position tonight with a 1:32.540, and then right behind him will be Mick Watson in a second. Starting out a third tonight will be Luke Whitten, followed by Christian in fourth. Michelle, I think it is, starting out of 5th. Out of 6 will be Alex McKellars, followed by Alex John in 7th. Russell Clark, he'll start out of 8th tonight, and Matthew Hobbs will start out of 9th. Out of 10th is Anthony Dickens. Out of 11th is Dennis Fiedler, followed by Aaron Drury in 12th. Mick Gray will start out of 13th tonight, with Les Peck out of 14th. Joseph Falcomata, he'll start out of 15th. Out of 16th is Darren Carter, followed by Nick Reed in 17th. Out of 18th, Mark Jeffrey, followed by Ken Hyams. Darren Lessu will start out at 20th tonight, followed by Callum Dwyer, and rounding out your field of 22 is Tim Awima. I think that's how we pronounce it.
Yeah, well, it's close enough, Bernie. That's quite a good field we've got there tonight, 22 drivers, so it's a good start.
Yeah, it certainly is. Oh, bless you.
Yeah, so that flu coming in, I tried to move the mic but didn't quite get it done in time.
That's alright, that's the beauty of Discord, isn't it? There's no mute button, and it's all fun and games.
That's alright. As we got to see, look at the whole field is just about covered by 2 seconds, so that's quite competitive for everyone.
Yeah, and they look good out there, don't they? All set up, ready to go, and we're under starters orders now, folks, so we'll be racing any second of the clock. As you can hear, revs are rising. Mikko Nasi on the front, Mick Watson on second. Green light here at Silverstone, and we're underway for a 26-lap race. Mikko Nasi got a good start, followed by Mick Watson second, Luke Whitten third. Where's Luke? I think Luke might be in trouble there. He's dropping down the field.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened to Luke there.
Oh no, it's just the telemetry. Alex McKellars sitting in 5th at the moment. A nice clean start. Doesn't look like any of the guys have come together, which is great to see. And we can see Russell Clark and Alex John down there for Milo Racing.
Yeah, Mick Watson got it very crossed up there, got a back wheel on the grass, but managed to hold it together. Luke's come out to challenge him now for second after that little mistake. Can Mick hang on the outside? Let's wait and see.
Yeah, because you get these things sideways, you lose a lot of momentum, don't you? As we can see now, Luke Whitten, he's jumped up to second, Mick Watson third, and he's being challenged now by Christian.
And all the while, this is just letting Miko go, and that's not something you want to do with Miko.
No, that's exactly right, because if you let Miko go, you're never going to see him again, pretty much.
No, hopefully they can. Luke can get up in the draft and then reel him back in a bit if the boys all play fair. Otherwise, it's might see Miko run away with it. Anyway, back to the rest of the field. They all seem to be doing very well. Nice and tidy. No errors.
Yeah, there's no shenanigans at all out there. You can see now Miko Nasi coming across the lead, lap 1, and then Luke Whitten and Mick Watson there trailing behind him. But all of a sudden, it's quite a gap, isn't it? As we get a live gap now, 0.7 of a second, lap 1.
Yeah, and Mick's coming back at Luke here. And it seems we've got up inside of him there. It's a nice move by Mick.
Yeah,
now Christian's having up with Luke. They're just letting Miko go here.
Yeah, this is when they get on the radio and say, let's work together and try to haul him back in, and everyone doesn't listen. As we can see, Alex nearly rear-ending. He's now being attacked by Alex John, Russell Clark right behind him, and this is probably not the right time to cross to the Iceman.
No, he may have his hands full at the moment, but you can see by the fighting there how it just slowed the whole pack up, and Miko's just taken away, although Mick's catching him a little bit, but they're big pack behind there. Boys are doing well to keep it all neat and tidy.
Yeah, we just saw there Matthew Hobbs having a bit of a run-off there, but he's gathered it up. He's now in 12th position and getting that momentum back going.
Yeah, down the back of the field here, we've got Mick Gray and Dennis Feidler running pretty close together. I think Mick's actually moved up a few places.
Oh, there's contact too.
Oh, there's a turnaround. There's a big one there, yes.
Yeah, that was the 80, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was Dennis Feidler involved in that? I'm not sure.
Yeah, just going to jump back to
it was Dennis. Yeah, Dennis has damaged his car. He's taking it into the pits there. Bit of a shame. Not sure what happened there.
Yeah, just jumping back to the replay now, and of course we missed it, so I'm going to jump back again, folks. Sorry about that. We'll have a look at this. It's definitely been a coming together. I'm just not sure who the other car involved was, but we're looking at Anthony Dickens. He was the one that nearly went up on his roof there.
Yeah, someone got into the back of him. I'm not sure who it was.
Yeah, I think he might have got into the number 70.
Yeah.
No, it's a 766 rear-ended him, and that was Dennis Fiedler.
Yeah, which is unusual. Dennis is usually a very tidy driver.
Yeah, and Mick Gray, he could see a party unfolding, and he decided to join in on the action as well.
Yes. It's a bit of bad luck there for Mick. Never mind.
Yeah, so Anthony will have limped that car back to the pits. Do they get fast repairs out here tonight?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do, Bernie. I mean, the race is lengthy. If you don't have a fast repair, you might as well just
yeah, just
park
park
it. Got a few
it.
connection issues going on up the front here. Quadson seems to be jumping around a bit.
Yeah, so we can see them at the moment.
Poor old Mick Gray's had the worst luck.
Yeah, he seems to find it, doesn't he? And he's down there in 20th at the moment. He has had to use his fast repair, as did Anthony Dickens and Dennis Fiedler. All have had to use their stop. In fact, I think Dennis is still in the pits, so maybe he didn't have the fast repair ticked.
Or maybe he's just feeling bad for what he did and just taking a few minutes out to contemplate it before moving back out there.
Yeah, take a bit of a deep breath and go again.
Yeah.
Just having a look at the moment further down, we've got Les Peck there in 12th, followed by Joseph Falcamada in 13th, and then Mark Jeffrey 14th, and Aaron Drury, the number 94, and that's the, how'd you say that? I think it's the donut, not the donut, gingerbread man, that's what I call it.
Yes, yeah, I was looking at that scheme earlier. It seems to have a gingerbread man. I'm not sure what that's all about, but maybe he likes gingerbread man.
Yeah, I think I asked him. I think it's a charity he's running it for. And, there it is. The Muffin Man Racing is the name of his team.
Oh, fair enough.
So it's a Muffin Man.
There you go.
So, yeah, you can see Callum Dwyer at the moment having a great run with the Mark Jeffrey, I think it is, just in front of him. But we should get back up the front, which is Miko Nasi show. He's pulling out 1.3 seconds at the moment, and the fastest lap tonight, folks. Well, let's not look at that because that's wrong. And I'll get you the fastest lap. It goes to Luke Whitten at the moment. He did a 1:32.362, and he's currently sitting in third position.
Yeah, there's a great battle going on just a bit further back. Russell's in a Alex sandwich here, and they seem to be tied together with a bit of string, these three. Waiting for someone to make an error.
Yeah, well, we can force one. We'll just cross over to Alex and watch him spin off into the wall. But I tell you what, these witches' hats are flying everywhere, aren't they?
Yeah, they can damage your car too, Bernie. You can get front wing damage with one of those witches' hats if you hit it the wrong way.
I did see one earlier get stuck under the front of the car, and he dragged it for about 4 corners till it popped out.
Yeah, it's just the configuration of this track. Where the witches' hats are, there's a few laying on the ground there. They tend to get cleaned up a bit.
They're really big too, compared to the Skippy when you see them.
They are.
So, I don't know.
Big witches in Silverstone, mate.
Yeah, that's it. We're just.
Well, Russell is really giving it to Alex this lap. He's
Yeah, we're riding with him in the cockpit at the moment. This is a helmet cam view, folks. If you can see, we're actually looking at his visor, and all that smearing, that's actually the new grime, isn't it, Kevin? And they can actually use tear-offs now.
Yeah, it's another little innovation of iRacing. Put tear-offs on your helmet. It's adds to realism. You get dirt and grease and oil thrown on your visor. You just hit the button and pull the tear-off off, and you've got a brand new windscreen, or visor, as the case is with the Skippies. Yeah, it's another great little innovation. I think it was mainly introduced when they introduced dirt.
Yeah, I'd say
dirt tracks. You definitely need them.
Yeah, that's for sure, and that's very popular at the moment. They're about to bring out the wingless sprint car. I sort of think of them as the old midgets, but I think they're a bit bigger than the midget.
Yeah, they are. I've had a little bit of a run on dirt racing. It's it's fun for a bit of a giggle. I don't really know how anyone does it seriously, because Alex has gone well off track there. I don't know how anyone does it seriously, but I'm sure there's a certain amount of skill involved. I just haven't found it yet.
I'm just looking at this, and I'm looking at Alex, but he hasn't gone off. So are we on the actual same thing, or are we watching the same race?
He didn't go off. He had a bit of an off track coming out of which corner is it? Turn 3, I think it was. Just an off track there, but kept the car going. So,
okay.
Mates up there. I went off track there earlier in the week and got a bit of front wing damage, so hopefully that hasn't been the case.
You can see now, looking back behind Russell there, he's got his teammate Alex right behind him. And I guess, these guys are racing for team points as well as driver point standings here. So they'll do well if they finish 6th and 7th.
Yeah, they will. And Alex did get a little bit of front wing damage there with that off track.
Yeah,
you can see it's made the difference already. Russell's much closer to him now. Yeah,
that's it. And nice paint scheme there with the top split logo down the side, and promoting the Australasian Superskips. And Alex does a lot for the Skippy community, doesn't he? He's always here every Monday night calling the Monday night lights with me, he enjoys that, but he also enjoys his racing, which is great to see.
Yeah, he does. And meanwhile, in front of those boys, we've got another angry pack of 3 with Christian and Luke and Mick.
Yeah,
meanwhile, Miko's gone.
Yeah, these 3 are pretty much battling it out, aren't they? And they're letting Miko go. The gap now, as Miko goes across the line, is going to be quite a lot. It's 2.5 seconds, so 0.3 of a second more than it was the previous lap.
Yeah, but once they let Miko out in front, there was no catching him, unfortunately. But so it's a battle for the podium now between these 3, and they're the angry pack behind them, and the rest of the field seems to be pretty well spread out. As I scroll back through it, there's doesn't seem to be between Darren Carter and Aaron and Les Peck, and a little bit of a ding dong. The rest of the field seems pretty well spread out at the moment. Last place again.
Yeah, so the field is spreading out quite a bit, folks, but it's going to be interesting, Kevin, when they do this pit stop. I think it's the first time I've called a Skippy race where they've had to actually do a compulsory stop. Do you think that's going to shake up the field a little bit?
I don't really think so. Most of the guys have got down pretty well, Pat. It's a little bit of a difficult pit entry here, but when you come off that last corner and you've got to get right across the right-hand side of the track, it could be a bit of a nose to tail involved there if the person behind doesn't take note of them going into the pits. But yeah, it's only a quick stop for fuel. There's no tyres involved, so it's just get in, get some fuel, and get out again.
Yeah, these tyres don't really wear out at all, do they, on the Skippy?
No, I wish I'd have set from a road car. It'd saved me a fortune.
Yeah, and at the moment we can see Mick Watson. He's flat out here with Christian. Christian's doing a great job putting the pressure on the back here, and no doubt enjoying himself immensely.
Yeah, I must say I did like the Haas paint scheme. He's going with the American Formula 1 team there for a bit of hometown support.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, it certainly does. We also should give a shout out to Sam Katakazinos. He's out there in our chat room watching it, and unfortunately he couldn't make tonight. But all the same, Sam, it's great to see you in the chat box. And just don't start telling me that Dennis has turned over or anything like that, alright? Yeah, I don't know if you saw that, Kevin. He told me Dennis had turned the car on its roof, and I took him seriously when in fact he was making a joke about the movie Fiedler on the Roof.
Yes, I remember that from a while ago. He let you all bamboozled there, Bern. It was a good joke, but no one else got it but him.
Yeah, I could have throttled him, but it's a bit hard to do that when you're in virtual land. I'll tell you.
It's amazing we've only gone down 9 laps. There seems to be so much going on, but it's still got quite a while to go before we're going to, unless I'm very much mistaken, throwing a Murray's in there.
Yeah, well, we can see now Russell Clark on the inside of Alex here. I'm glad we didn't cross to him. Alex pretty much lets him go, and then the other Alex John, he wants to join in the party and follow his teammate through.
Yeah, there's been a bit of a coming together at the back here somewhere with Callum Dwyer. I'm not sure what's happened here. I'm just having a quick look at the replay, and they've all gone 3 wide into the hairpin. Brave move, boys, and no, it looks like they've pulled it off.
Okay.
Well done. I heard sorry come out. They've managed to pull it off, as far as I can tell. No, well done, boys.
And Alex has just pulled off another move as well. He's got past Russell, and these guys are racing hard, but they're racing clean, which is great to see. And we won't cross to Alex yet, folks. We'll see if we can catch him when he doesn't have anyone around him, but knowing Alex, he'll just stay in this duel for the whole race.
Yeah, Russell's gone back up the inside, and Alex is fighting back, and meanwhile Alex John is just sitting there waiting to pick up the crumbs, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
Which isn't a bad tactic.
Yeah, so this is probably the closest battle we've got going at the moment. There is a bit more of a battle going on between Darren Carter and Callum Dwyer down in 12th and 13th, I think they are on my telemetry. And having a look further down, Darren Lesu, he's about 0.6 of a second behind at the moment, but trying to catch up. We have had our first retirement though, folks. Anthony Dickens in the number 80 looks like he's called it tonight. Dennis Fiedler, he's back out there running, and he's already got a bent rear wing, so no doubt he'll be. Sorry, I'm bamboozled here. He had.
Dennis would have been looking for a much better result tonight. It's a bit unfortunate for him.
Yeah, now he's had to come in for repairs, so does that mean he can now run to the end? I'm assuming.
If you put the fuel in, I did last round. I had an early incident, got in and just managed to stick just enough fuel in to finish the race, which was pretty lucky. I think I went in lap 6 and got 1.1 gallons in, and it got me through to the end of the race, which was so yeah, you can put the fuel in any time you like, as long as you got enough to go to the end.
We just saw now Christian take third from Luke Whitten, so Luke's now down in fourth. Mick Watson's getting a bit of a gap on these two as they fight it out, but Miko Nasi, we haven't seen much of him. That's because he's streaked away. 3.1 seconds is the gap now, back to Mick Watson. Mick Watson has 0.7 of a gap on Christian, who is fighting it out with Luke.
Yeah, they're having quite a ding-dong battle there, boys. But, there's been some trouble in the backfield somewhere. Let's pop back.
Yeah, if you can get us a name, we can jump back and have a look at the replay. Matthew Hobbs.
Ken Hyman's, but I think it may have been a connection issue more than anything else.
Okay, there was an issue with Matthew Hobbs, which we'll have a look at on the replay now and see what's happened to him. So we'll just hold on to this.
Meanwhile, the two Alexes and Russell are still glued together. Just fantastic racing by the boys there. They're doing really well.
Yeah, so Matthew just ran wide onto turn 1 there and continued on pretty much, and they had a couple of off tracks. But yeah, as you're saying, Alex McKellars, he's trailing 2 Milo kids, and he's going to have nightmares about Milo tonight.
He will. He won't be having a couple more Milo before bed. I would say that's a pretty safe bet. It might be worthwhile one of these boys ducking into the pits here and trying to get out of the traffic and making a run for it.
Yeah, well, one of the Milo guys could do that, couldn't they? Split the strategy, jump in and see if they can get past Alex just by getting some clean track around them.
Yeah, get a bit of it, because Russell seems to have a bit of pace, but he just can't get past him.
Yes, so it might be worth Russell jumping in and taking that quick stop.
Yeah, well, it's a thought. And again, it's fun when you're racing, so.
Yeah, that's it.
Look out, the 2 Milo boys have just disappeared off my screen.
Okay, I've got them here. And Alex is resorting to trying to throw witches' hats at them at the moment to slow them up.
Oh, there they are, they're back now. Yeah, no, that's I've had that happen to me.
Oh, we've had it coming together here. Mick Watson and Christian.
Oh, no.
So I'll have a look at that replay, folks, and see exactly what's happened here. So Christian was actually in the front of Mick Watson here, and looks like, I'm just seeing where they've come together, and looks like he spun Christian around. Mick's having a look on the outside, and yeah, just run up the back of him.
Yeah, a bit of contact with the left rear wheel there with the front of Mick's car. Christian, we're lucky that hasn't damaged that car. Yeah, it has. You can see by the way it's pulled away there that the rear suspension's damaged on it. That's an awful shame.
Certainly
put Luke
is.
in the box seat for second, and maybe the 3 boys behind can jump up for a podium now.
Yeah, so it doesn't take much, does it, to damage the rear end of these cars. And we've seen, little touches can break suspension.
Yeah, it doesn't take much at all. I was a victim of that last Monday night lights at Road America, where I got a touch in the back. It wasn't hard, but just centre punched me right in the back wheel and rode the car off. And there goes Christian into the pits now. Oh, sorry, not Christian. There goes Mick into the pits now. Okay,
you're worrying me because you're calling things I can't see. I'm thinking, I'm looking at Christian on the track. You're confusing me here.
No, Mick's in the pits.
Okay, Mick O'Nassi.
No, Mick Watson.
Okay.
Maybe you want to fast forward your replay, maybe.
No, I'm looking at it live, mate. I'm looking at it live.
Okay.
There you go. Mick Watson, he's out on track again. 7.9 seconds was his stop. And having a look at the cars that have stopped, Ken Hyams and Joseph Falcomata both did 11.3 second stop. 10.7 goes to Mark Jeffrey. Mick Gray did a 23.6 as he was involved in that accident with Dennis Fiedler. Dennis was in the pits for 564 seconds, so his race is pretty much done and he's 6 laps down.
Well, Alex and the two Alexes and Russell have caught up to the back of Christian now. He's got a bit of wing damage, which will be slowing him down. It doesn't take much to slow these cars down, a bit of rear wing damage.
I reckon you must be on delay because on mine they've actually got past him now, and they're...
Yeah, I am on delay now. They're least pitted, that's why. Sorry, I'm back with you. Sorry there. I'm new to this, but
that's alright.
Okay, he's coming out of the pits now, Christian. And where's he going to come out in relation to Mick is the question.
Yeah, he's dropping in behind Darren. Yeah, in front of Mick, just behind Darren.
Just in front of Mick. Depends on whether Darren holds him up or not. Mick could close right up on the back of him here.
It's going to be interesting when the whole field is pitted to see where everyone stands. Mick Watson did a 7.9 second stop. Christian a 10.4 second stop. Both their cars are repaired, but now they don't really want to... Well, they're going to continue battling by the looks of it, but you'd think they'd want to try to basically get some track and make up for lost time.
Yeah, Mick's getting held up badly here. He'll be saying a few choice words behind that smiley face visor. It's not so smiley face. It's a get out of my way face.
Yeah, we need a little frown face that he can put on when he's having a bad day.
It's trouble with the skippies, you can't turn the headlights on.
No.
The big flash, get out of my way.
And you can't wave your fists either.
No. But, mind you, I tell you, that's a nice paint job on Callum's car.
Having a look. Yeah, it's just having a look now at the nice, pretty paint job. Yeah, it is quite fetching, isn't it?
Just having a look out there. Yeah, nice work going. Anyway, Mick's onto him now. He's got to get him soon, or Chris is going to pull away.
I'll tell you what, Alex is now up into third position, but he's still got his hands full with Russell Clark and Alex John. Alex has dropped off a bit, but Russell doesn't look like he's going to be dropping off anytime soon.
No, they've had a ding-dong battle the whole race, which is great to see.
Oh, it certainly is.
Very neat race. They're all good drivers. The pit stop maybe the deciding factor in this. Something's going to have to break the chain.
Yeah, and it's not going to be me. I'm not crossing over to him yet, because knowing our luck, we'd make him crash. We could always...
Not while he's in the pits either, because you're watching that fuel counter tick down.
Yeah, no, that's when he'll be busy. I was thinking what we should do is wait until Russell's right behind him, drag him up and just go bang. Watch him crash.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd appreciate that, man.
Probably
you got to talk to him tomorrow night, mate. So it's your problem.
No, I don't think I'd do that. So, yeah, we can see from the nose cam now. Russell Clark and the telemetry off to your left, folks. They're going a lot faster than they actually look at times, don't they? ...184 kilometres an hour they peaked out there.
Quite a battle.
Yeah, they've been inseparable, these three, haven't they? And how's Mick Watson going back there? Is he smiling again?
Going back there. Yeah, he's managed to get past Callum, so he's got his smiley face back on, but he's lost a lot of time to Christian, so it's, bridge that gap or not, I don't know. But as I say, like, these two boys have got a pit, and that could drop them right back in with the two Alexes and Russell, yeah? When they pit.
Yeah.
These boys already have, could end up being quite a good... I think Luke and Miko are gone right now.
Oh yeah, the gap, Miko Nasi's the race leader, and 7.7 seconds is the gap back to Luke Whitten. Luke's pretty much in nowhere land, isn't he? Because he's about 7 seconds up the road from Alex McKellars, who, as we can see, is got his hands full. Yeah, 6.7 seconds, the live gap from Alex up to Luke.
Yeah, they've gone, unfortunately. Mick and Christian coming together as they open the front of the field up. There's three behind them pit. Anything could happen from there.
Yeah, exactly right, and they've got 9 laps to go here, so we've had all the others have not pitted yet, so they're leaving it as late as they need to. Basically, with the way the fuel's going, we know that it's mandatory pit stop, but does that mean they have to put fuel in?
I do believe there is not enough in the car to finish the race distance.
Okay, so it'll be very interesting in the next 9 laps to see how this race unfolds, folks.
Yeah, that's part of the sportsmanship of the racing in the Australasian skips, is getting your pit stops right and judging how much fuel you need to get at home. Last race, a few people come up a bit short. So I was lucky I managed to just scrape home on what I had.
Yeah, so they're going around again. 8 laps of racing to go here, folks, and I tell you what, Alex is having a fantastic battle here with Russell and the other Alex. I think this must be the race, or the battle of the race at the moment, which is why we're focusing on it.
Yeah, they seem to have it pretty well tied up between themselves. As I say, when they pit, when they jump back out anywhere near Christian and Nick, it'll be very interesting.
Yeah, it'll be on there, won't it? And of course, Christian and Mick have lost time with that collision, so that will definitely bring Alex, Russell and the other Alex into play here. As far as Miko Nasi goes, it's his race to lose now, and probably the same for Luke Whitten. So we're really down to racing now for who's going to get the third step of the podium. At the moment, it's looking good for Alex.
Yeah, I must say, Mick's closed the gap to Christian. Christian's from, which is that. Yeah, he's closed that gap right up quite a lot now. It's back in the draft, and if those two boys can hurry along and catch the other boys out of pits, as we're hoping, we'll have a nice 5-way battle for third place.
Yeah, we can see the 72 car. That's Mick Watson. He had one of those nose cone witches hats under his nose cone, and he's throwing that out, so no damage to his car there.
No, it seems to be going alright though. I didn't think he's going to bridge the gap, but he's managed to. So. Meanwhile, when are these boys at the front going to pit? That's the question. They're going round again.
Yeah, well, Miko Nasi's in. He's pitting now, and we can see him. He's dropped down to 5th. 8.2 seconds was his stop. Second fastest. The fastest one actually goes to Mick Watson, and Mick Watson's now coming on to the main straight with Christian. So Miko's just leaving the pits, so he's still got quite a substantial gap between those guys.
Yeah, there was never catch Miko. They're having a good battle here. As I say, it's just a question of when the other boys decide to hit in.
Oh, there's contact. Russell's given Alex a bit of a V8 supercar hello there, you could say.
Apparently Alex is fine. He's saying over the radio, Russell's getting sorry. And Alex is going, no, it's fine. It's just nice to know you're there. I'd forgotten about you.
Is he sounding really calm as he always does?
I don't know. He must be failing in his ice cream or something like that. Oh, he's run a bit wide there.
Yeah, so he is a little rattled. We'll see if he does come in. And
no, they're all going round again.
No, he's going
he's taking
in.
the light on. Oh, he'll be picked for that.
Yeah, well, he jumped right across, didn't he?
Stop go.
Oh, and he locked her up as well. So you reckon he's going to get a penalty for what do you call it? Dangerous pit entry there.
Yeah, legal pit entry. I reckon he might get a 15 seconds. Perhaps we'll get time to have a chat to him.
Yeah, well, he's just gone down a lap now to Mikko Nasi. He's gone through. So that's the pace the front guys are running. They've just about lapped everyone by the looks of it.
How long is Alex still in the pits?
Yeah, he's 13.7 seconds. And he's still there. So 19.4 seconds. I think you're right. I think he did get pinged. When he comes out, we'll drag him up and ask him. And he's just coming out now with the 70, and he gets past him. Sitting in fourth at the moment, we have him on our telemetry. Interesting, he's done the long exit, and the other guy's done the short exit. What's that about?
I don't know. I think he got a choice there. I don't know. I'm just interested to see if Russell and the other Alex come in this lap together. Is Alex well in front of Christian, or is it behind him?
No, Alex. Where is Alex? Alex came out in 8th position. Christian's up to 5th at the moment.
Yeah, he's a long way in front of him. They're a long way in front of him.
Yeah, so now Russell Clark's coming in. He's done a neater job of it, let's say. And he should come out in front of Alex McKellars. And then Alex John's going around again. So your top 5 at the moment, folks. Luke Whitten is leading. He still has to stop. Alex John, second, still has to stop. Mikko will re-inherit that lead. And he has stopped with 8.2 seconds. We can see Russell Clark in here now taking his stop. And
Mick and Christian got past him there.
Yeah, so he's done a 6-second stop, and we can see Mick and Christian coming through now. It's going to be pretty close, but
it will be close.
Yeah, they've just got him, and no, he's coming out really close to them. So he's got a really good chance here of snatching a position from these guys if you can keep up with them. But
yeah, this is what we're hoping for.
Yeah, and Alex is down there. He's in 8th position. 24.4 seconds was his stop. So do you reckon we should bring him up and have a chat?
Oh, yeah, he'd be happy as Larry at the moment.
Yeah, he will be. He told me to cross to him when he's on the straight. Is this a straight? This looks like a straight, doesn't it? Just seeing if I can drag him up. This looks good. I can't drag him up. Oh, there we go. Hi, Alex. It's Bernie here from RRTV. Can you talk?
Yeah, mate. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we've got you.
Had a massive coming together. Oh, and they're taking Russell out too. Sorry, Alex.
Yeah, right, mate. I don't mind hearing Russell's out.
Yeah, no, he's out.
Places to be made.
Well, that's what I'm trying to. I had a 15-second stop go for an unsafe pit entry, so I'm trying to earn some of that back.
Yeah, I called that when it happened, mate.
Yeah, I was trying to play a bit of fun and games to put them off, but cost me in the end, I think.
Yeah, so we're just crossing to this replay to see what has happened to Russell Clark here, and then we'll get back to you, Alex. So
yeah, you're right, mate. He's just going in the pits now, looking like a very sick crab.
Yeah, I'd say he's in. Oh, yeah, there's a massive crash up further on, and he's just been the beneficiary of that incident, hasn't he? But look at that Haas. Not the Haas. Who's that rolling over there? Is that Mick?
That's Mick Watson. That was Mick. Him and Christian had another coming together. And let's see. Who's at fault here? Oh, well, I don't know. Looks like Christian drove into the side of him. Russell's just been unfortunate.
So we'll go back and have a look at that replay again soon, folks. But we've got Alex McKellars up here. Don't want to hold you up too long, mate. But you did get pinged, did you, for an unsafe pit entry?
Yeah, well, coming into the hairpin, that's all that before. Russell been, of course, right on the back of me forever, and he just misjudged a little bit, or braking might have been differently between us, and almost turned me. But so I decided I'd pit, sort of take the fast repair if I needed it, and then being a bit silly. So anyway, that's all good. Now I got Mikhail behind me. He got a really poor jump off the start actually, and let a few of us by. And then I don't know what happened to him, but he seemed to be struggling a long way behind. But he's certainly back into it now, where it looks like we're going to go for a top 5 between us.
Yeah, it definitely does. So we're going to let you get back to it anyway, mate. As always, the Iceman calm as a cucumber. And
Yeah, maybe, mate. It's a bit hot down here, hotter than it looks anyway.
all right, no worries. All best of luck. 3 laps to go.
Thanks,
Well
mate. I'll
done.
talk to you after.
Well done, Alex.
Thanks, mate. Talk to you guys soon.
That was Alex the Iceman McKellars. I'm going to say it enough, and hopefully that nickname's going to stick.
Yeah, it looks like Christian's going to manage to hang on for third here. That was a big coming together.
Oh, it was huge, wasn't
Drove
it?
into the side of Nick. But it could have been a bit of net code too. It's, it's hard to tell with these things. It's like Christian's not the sort of guy to do that on purpose.
No, say it's netcode. We'll have a look at the replay again in super slow-mo and see if we can work out exactly what's happened to these guys. But it was a massive accident.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Russell, he's stumbled upon the scene with nowhere to go.
Yeah, so we can see now Mick Watson on the outside, and he's just the 75 has come out and collected him, and tell you what, his helmet will not be smiling after this.
No, definitely grumpy face.
Grumpy face, but look at the roll. It's just
Yeah,
lucky it's a racing simulation, because that would have been a huge crash if that was in real life, wouldn't it?
it would have written the car off.
So he's still
A
going.
new helmet too.
Yeah.
And who's that coming out of the pits? Alex John's coming out of the pits just behind Christian. If it is, he's done real well.
I tell you what, he'd not only have to change his helmet. Who's that?
Alex John's jumped into third.
Well, there you go. That's third.
He's right behind Christian.
Okay, so yeah, the top 5 at the moment, folks. Mikko Nasi leading by 9.1 seconds. Luke Whitten sitting in second, and he's got a massive gap back to Christian, who's now all of a sudden got his hands full with Alex John, the other Milo kid, in fourth. And then we have... It's all right. Just let me talk, mate. Let me talk. And then Alex McKellars is sitting in fifth at the moment, folks. That's your top 5. Okay, now you can talk.
Yeah, I called it third, but it's fourth. I'm getting a bit excited. It's such a shame for that accident. Otherwise, we would have had Alex and Russell in with Christian and Mick.
Yeah,
So that
so
final step on the podium. So Alex has had a great run here tonight.
he certainly has, and we're on to the last lap now, folks. We saw Christian there go a bit wide, throw a few rocks up, and Alex actually lifted. I think he was expecting Christian to spin, which he didn't, of course. But let's see what Alex can do with this last lap.
Yeah, he's all over him. He's definitely having a go. I don't know if he can make it around there, but he's going to have a crack. Oh, that's brave. That's very brave. Oh, and it's too brave.
Yeah,
It's
it's a bit too brave, all right. Now all of a sudden,
it's the Iceman to get fourth. No,
Yeah.
he's too far away.
yeah,
I think he's actually just...
he had to have a go though, didn't he? And Alex just got done by Mikhail. So these guys are racing side by side again.
Yeah, he was never going to make that stick.
No. But to tell you what,
Points for ambition.
Yeah, McHale's up to 5th. Alex is looking in 6th again. He's going on the outside here, trying to get him the long way. That's not going to work, so he tucks back in again, trying the undercut, and I don't think that's going to work either.
He got a little untidy on the exit there, and the back end got a bit loose, unfortunately, so he didn't get the drive he needed.
So Mikko Nasi crosses the line and takes out round 2, followed by Luke Whitten in 2nd. Then we have Christian in the beat-up Haas. He'll come home in 3rd position, followed by Alex John in 4th. So you can see now Alex just coming onto the main straight. Then we'll jump back and have a look at the battle between Mikhail and Alex here. Looks like Mikhail's going to hold him off for 5th position. Alex McKellar will come home in 6th. And then we have Matthew Hobbs home in 7th position. 8th will go to Nick Reed. We haven't seen anything of Nick tonight, but he's slowly coming onto the main straight there.
I think the best. We've got Darren Carter and Aaron Jury having a big run for the line. Looks like Darren's just got there.
Yeah, Darren just held him out, but it was pretty close, wasn't it? Then we've got Ken Hyams across in 11th, 12th, Joseph Falcamada, Mark Jeffrey home in 13th, 14th, Darren Lesu. Looking further back, folks, we've got Callum Dwyer and Les Peck. They're home for 15th and 16th. Russell Clark, well, he's parked over there, and he finished in 17th position after that coming together. Tim Awuma comes home in 18th position, followed by Mick Gray, Mick Watson in 20th, Dennis Fiedler and Anthony Dickens rounds out your 22.
Yeah, it was an action-packed race, Bernie. A lot of good racing there, a few incidents, but apart from that, not a bad race at all.
Yeah, it was pretty good, wasn't it? And I tell you what, we've got some more action coverage now. I can put on our promo startup reel of Mick Watson there doing his pirouette. Just need to put a big, what do you call them, those ballet skirts on him, and it'll play the part. Yeah, tutu, yeah. But I tell you what, Alex John had a great race, didn't he?
He did. Alex did really well, except he went for that pass that was pretty hopeful, but he still got home in 5th, which is 4th, was it?
Yeah, he got 4th, yeah. But I guess he had to have a go, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, but bit unfortunate. If Russell hadn't been involved in that incident, Team Milo would have had a cracking night.
Yeah, well, Russell was just the unfortunate victim there, and got caught up in that accident, and he pretty much just ran into the side, or the other side of Christian, I think. And but yeah, the coming together, from what I could tell, Christian had just moved out a little bit onto Mick there and caused that coming together. But that's, from what I can tell from here. Of course, it's completely different when you're actually in there. We might actually do that. We'll jump into the cockpit of Mick Watson here and see if we can work it out.
Yeah, Mick's just talking to Christian now, saying that she moved into him, which is what it looked like, but as I say, could have been a bit of net go too.
Yeah, it definitely looked like Christian moved into him. But yeah, this is what it looks like, folks, from the driver's perspective. Let's go to real time. Actually, it's better in slow-mo. You can see more of the stuff, but yeah, that's a bit of a bell ringer.
It'd wake you up, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I reckon. Can you imagine what that would be like in VR? And I know quite a few guys are looking at VR as a future. What's your take of VR, Kevin?
Yeah, no, I haven't had a go at it, Bernie. I'm sure in the future it's going to be the go. But at the moment I haven't tried it. Some people get motion sickness from it.
Yeah,
just gives you an idea of how realistic it is.
Yeah, well, that's right. So I was meant to have a go at it, but of course I did my back, and and didn't make it up to Sydney, so I've got to do that another day and have a go at that. But folks, that's just about brings us to the end of our broadcast. If you'd like your Skippy action, tune in tomorrow night again at 9:15. Alex McKellars will be here to dish the dirt on Mr. Henderson on the Monday Night Lights, and that should be a lot of fun. Also, if you like your V8 action, folks, have a look at our Watkins Glen 650 coverage we did on Friday night. It was a corker of a race, and well worth your time checking that out. But of course, we'll be back next Friday night with the V8 supercar action, and that's going to be a shorter race, a 150 kilometre race length. And of course, then we'll be back here, I think, next Sunday night, of course, for the Australasian Superskips again, I think. But don't quote me on that. I'll check our local guide.
I don't think we're next week. I think it's the week after. Only next one's 7th to the 5th at Okayama, mate.
Okay, fantastic. So don't tune in next Sunday night, folks. And anyway, Kevin, thanks for jumping into the booth with me tonight. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, no, I had a blast, Bernie. That was great. Hopefully I'll get a little bit better at this and won't talk over you so much, and we'll make it more and more professional.
Oh, we'll be fine. It takes a little time to get used to it. This is like your first or second rodeo, so, you know, I can't be too hard on you. It's always good fun.
Yeah, no, I had a blast, Bernie. It's a really interesting perspective to see the race from. It's a gives you a whole new perspective on it. It's well, enjoyable. People should give it a crack.
Yeah, definitely. And if anyone wants to give it a crack, I'm looking at you, Mr. Catacasinos. Send me a message and we'll get you up here. I reckon it'd be a blast having him up here. Can you imagine all the movie quotes we'd get?
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
No, as I say, give it a go, people. It's fun. It lends a whole new perspective to your racing.
Yeah, you get the broad perspective when you're actually racing. You get that blinkered bird's eye view, which you need as a racing driver. But anyway, folks,
what's that? Of course, you're Alex. In case you could be eating a sandwich.
Yeah, that's right. I think he's. I don't know if he expects us to pull him up or not, but bring him into the comm box, but we won't. But anyway, folks, I hope you've enjoyed our commentary tonight and the broadcast. And until we meet again, possibly tomorrow night, we hope you have a good evening. So thanks a lot, Kevin, and we'll see you on the track tomorrow night.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Bernie. And see you tomorrow night. Hopefully I'll get a good result.
Definitely, you have to get a good result. Anyway, folks, on behalf of Kevin Henderson, I'm Bernie Wiemers, and we hope you have a good night and tune in again tomorrow night. Good night.